Let's get to Sun Pharma right away. A big booster shot for Sun Pharma. You want to tell us, Darshan, what to expect on this very quickly before we get in an analyst and expert point?
So this means that Diwali is coming early for Sun Pharma. It was much anticipated. Now, what does this EIR mean? And EIR means that, all is clear for your plant. So that is something that the US
means you can manufacture drugs.
They were already manufacturing this,
for US
and they were already selling it because they had a Form 483. The trouble is when an import alert comes in, where you can't sell anything, or a warning letter wherein a little bit of your supplies are restricted. Here, the new approvals don't come in. So that was the issue. Okay. Now, what was this EIR all about? They had gotten an Form 483 EIR, Form 483 with 11 observations in April. Majority of them were procedural in nature. There was no data integrity issue. But now, since they have been given this EIR, it means that the pending new drugs that are in the pipeline, Sun Pharma will be able to get them if the US FDA approves it. How much does it contribute? It contributes almost $150 million, 6 to 7% of the US sale. So financially, this won't make an impact because they were already selling. But now the incremental revenue will come in if the US FDA approves.
But doesn't that depend on the pipeline of approvals?
Yes, they already. So from all plants, they have big drugs that are there. So what is happening is if they had already filed from that plant, the US FDA will not approve that drug because there are problems in that plant. So now the US FDA said this plant is over. So going ahead, all these drugs in the pipeline, Sun Pharma can get it again. And more importantly, sentimentally, this is a big positive because a lot of their plants are under US FDA.
Halol, most important.
Halol is the biggest plant that they have. So financially, this will not impact Sun Pharma much as sentimentally, because now the street is believing that Sun Pharma is getting its act right. Because they are getting it. See, that was the problem, because it's been so many years since Halol is under problem. Now, I just want to point out which are the plants still under problem for Sun Pharma. We have a graphic for that. Halol has a warning letter and a pending 483. Karkhadi has an import alert. Paonta Sahib has an import alert, but this was a Ranbaxy plant. Dewas was an import alert. They managed to clear 2. One of them was the Mohali plant that Ranbaxy had, so they managed to clear it. And this is the big one, Dadra plant. Now all eyes will be on Halol, because Halol is a big contributor. Some of their key drugs are manufactured. Even Spark is getting impacted because Sun Pharma, they have a lot of products which Sun Pharma will manufacture. So Spark was also getting affected. So if Halol clears, then the entire re-rating will happen.
Okay, Darshan, hang on with us. We've got Amey Chalke, research analyst at HDFC Securities, joining us for an expert voice on what he expects will happen to the Sun Pharma stock today in reaction to this news. Amey, like Darshan's been explaining to us, it's great news, but more sentimentally than financially, what impact are you assessing?
So in terms of financials, we have not changed our estimates because we were not expecting that it will hold back their approvals from the Dadra plant because of these observations. So, and the key approvals are expected to come only from the Halol plant, which can manufacture complex injectables, which are the lucrative product approvals basically. So I agree with Darshan that it is sentimentally positive. It's a positive step, but the Halol clearance remains the key figure for the stock. And if it gets delayed further, then obviously it will impact their financials also, because the generic business will keep on facing pricing erosion going ahead, and that will take down the margins also.
Good morning, Ahmed. This is Darshan here. Firstly, how much does Dadra contribute? Our analysis is close to 6 to 7% of the US sales. And secondly, which are the pending approvals or big approvals that are there to be filed, that have been filed from Dadra that can get clearances?
So, key approvals are difficult to talk about, but the contribution is not much. It is not more than 7-8% on total US top line. So that means only 4% of total top line of the Sun Pharma. So the contribution is not much, and obviously the profitability of these products is also not very significant. So products which are sold from the Halol side are more lucrative in terms of margins. So obviously the profit contribution will also be much lesser compared to the top line contribution from the products which are sold from the Dadra.
Just my final question, Amey. Does this make way for the street now to believe that Sun Pharma is getting its act right? There could be more potential, a potential clearance of the Halol plant, or they will be able to get their act right there?
Yes, so it will help them to recruit their generic sales in the US market. But I believe Sun Pharma has achieved already kind of a 1.5 to 2 billion top line in the US. And for them to grow from here, generic will not help. It will only, the specialty product portfolio which they are developing will be the key growth driver basically from here on. So I agree that for generic side, they need these plants to be okayed from US FDA. But obviously, to grow from here, I guess the specialty part of the business would be the important portfolio which they have to develop.
Okay, very quickly, Amey, what are you recommending on Sun Pharma to investors?
So our rating is neutral on the stock. We will wait for to get good visibility on Halol resolution, and we will also wait to get good outlook on the specialty business during the conference call. And I expect Sun Pharma CEO to give the guidance for this year, because I don't think so the top line guidance which they have given, which is a single digit top line decline, it is expected to, I expect it to be a double digit top line decline. So I believe some change or some adjustment in the guidance during the conference call.
Okay.
All right, Amey, thanks very much for joining us this morning. So while we do have something that looks sentimentally positive, Amey's prognosis for earnings doesn't seem to be very encouraging.
It doesn't change financially.
Yeah,
it doesn't,
I know.
Sentimentally, it's a big booster. That's what we also
fair
say.
enough, yeah, I know. And just the prognosis for earnings is important to watch for. Sun Pharma been under pressure financially for a while now, but the stock's been doing...
It's become 1/3 actually.
From the highs.
Yeah, from the highs.
All right, let's move on to other earnings. Thanks, Darshan.
Yeah.